Welcome, everybody, to another episode, the first episode of Season 3 of the NFA Network, our new name, our new platform, I think it is. I don't know what to call it.
Going
I'm
on,
Zaga.
y'all. I'm Copper.
And you already know I'm Nick.
Yeah.
I made it past this. I made it to another season. Not many others can say that.
I know. I'm actually really... No. Actually, there's literally no co-host of mine in previous
Undefeated,
shows
baby.
has made it to a second season.
2 for 2, bitch.
I just love your dogs. I love your dog.
Yeah.
It was just celebrating with you.
Yeah.
You put your arms up, your dog's
Small
like,
win.
yeah.
Small win.
Fuck yeah. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. And if you are watching it on premiere night, which this is dropping on New Year's Day, if you're not like at a party and you're like boring, like we're probably gonna be, and be in a living room just relaxing, I hope you're enjoying our show and having a good time. And we're bringing in the new year. We're gonna have special guests pop in throughout the episode tonight.
The wife.
Other residents of my household. Well,
The wife.
The wife. And you guys already heard him. You saw him. He introduced himself. So, Nick, should we like properly
I'm
welcome
not giving him
him
a reach around
to the
but
show?
yeah.
He did for you.
All right, hold on. First off,
that's how I got.
Ain't nobody give me a reach around because I ain't no bottom. First off, I'm sorry.
And
That
you know
was
what? You're
one of
right.
the most insensitive.
Listen,
that is one of the most insensitive things I've ever said. Listen, all y'all, whoever you love, that's just fine. That's just not how I roll. That's all I'm saying.
You can.
And you know what? And Copper with beautiful, nice.
You can make it up to them by putting your hands up to the screen. Put your hands up to the screen.
It's gotta be. Your hands are the ones that gotta be used. It's a science, and after we seen that TikTok,
the hands
of you. Oh, don't worry. We're doing a recap, and this week's episode is gonna be a recap of 2023. I think that's the best way to bring in the new year. Let's talk about all the shitty things we're leaving behind, and let's poke some fun at each other at some of the content we've created. Because some of us have made. See, what I love about me is I don't make content on the side. I don't have a page to myself where I just post stuff. For whatever reason, I keep getting followers, but
you're welcome.
I don't post stuff on there. Obviously, this is your livelihood,
Yeah.
and Nick, I know you just love doing it for yourself. So I'm gonna bring up some. Would you believe that I'm?
Oh, do not tell me that you're actually going. Oh, you dick. You dick.
I'm actually on my.
Listen, I love you.
To the Bluetooth.
But use a dick.
Hey, listen. Hey, Nick, your first episode being on the show.
First,
did I berate
dog,
you?
like every fucking episode.
Homie, the day that you stop giving me shit, I'm gonna be very worried.
That's a valid point.
All
There's
right.
2 videos I gotta bust your balls on. I'm pointing tonight.
Please do tell. Please do tell.
But
they're awful big targets,
we'll get
so
there.
bust them as you may.
I have actually. There's 3 videos, and ironically, they're all in a row.
Let me guess. It was all 3. It was all 3 of the thirst traps in a row, wasn't it?
If you want to call this, you know what? Fuck it. I was gonna wait for later. We're going right into this shit. There is one here. I don't know what your fucking line dancing ass is doing, trying to fucking moonwalk to Michael Jackson. How are you? That was not no popping and locking like some Michael shit. I don't know what backyard barn that was drawn up on.
Listen,
but
are you talking about the? Are you talking about the one with Michael Jackson's Rock My World and all that shit? All right.
Yes, and
all
you're
right. First off, I'm fucking
dance.
trying.
Nice
all right, I'm succeeding. I just ain't doing a perfect representation of Michael Jackson. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing.
Well, hold on, because no, I clicked the sound. Curious to see, is this a trend? Maybe he's doing. Maybe he's just doing.
Oh, I can't do that.
And I watched all the videos.
Can't do that.
Yours is definitely
that was the point.
One of a kind. And you are in. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say one of a kind. You are one of your kind.
You're not wrong. So having from a very young age been involved in the theater, I was exposed to a lot of different types of dance and form of dance, but never really perfected any of them. So with that one, I was like, all right, I can't do the MJ moves. I can't do this or that specific thing. So I'm just going to do the amalgamation of just what comes naturally to it. And that was the result. So
it, as I'm rewatching, it's on, you're going to get like maybe like 15, 20 more views. I don't know what this little slide you were doing as you were carrying.
It's a trend. It's a turn. That actually we did in Greece years ago. Years ago, we did that in Greece.
Not the turn. No, not the turn. No. There is this little slide, and then you slide.
Because I had to stay within frame. Yeah, because I had to stay within the frame. Had I tried to moonwalk or do something like I would on stage, I would have gone out of frame of the camera. So I pretty much had to make similar motions, but stay within frame of where I was because I had a limited space to work with.
It looks like you almost like lost balance, but you saved it with very gracefully, I might add, and just carried it out. Like there was no quit.
Well, thank you. How many takes? So the first half of what actually winds up in there, that was the first take. Like the very first shot. Like that first half of, because you see me with like the overshirt on, and the second half, that was like the 10th. And a lot of times it wasn't even that I lost balance. It was that I would go to like spin the cane and the cane would kind of get away from me and go flying across the fucking room. So like stepwise, I was fine. But dealing with a cane, because it's been such a long time since I danced with any type of like cane or prop or anything like that, it kept flying out of my fucking hands. I'm like, God damn it.
Oh, you're talking about the other one. I forgot you made another one.
Which one are you? Oh, you're talking about the one in the garage.
I seen it and I forgot.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I was just fucking around on that one. And no, yeah, so when I did the turn, no. So when I did the turn, I did the back step. I backstepped onto like a cut of wood that was laying there that I didn't know was there. And so I just, you see me stumble for a minute there and I just maintained balance and then kept going. I thought you were talking about the one with the cane.
I forgot you made 2 dance videos. Now, I can't speak of much because anybody who knows my legal name can search my legal name on YouTube, and then you will find a video. There's 2 videos of me dancing like a fool. Now, this was purposefully. I wasn't trying to dance. I was trying to be stupid. Now, I'm usually mean to Nick. I'm usually very mean to him. I usually bust his chops quite a bit, but I'm going to be nice about his content because Nick reached a new milestone this year in 2023. Do you want to tell the people?
Hold on. I don't believe I'm privy to this. So I'm walking into a briefing in which I was not given the intel.
You were in the group when we went to the casino that night. That's the night that it happened, and I told you, I was like, "Oh shit, Nick's going viral."
I do remember this. Okay, I remember this now.
Nick, for those fans who don't follow Nick, not so notorious, do you want to fill them in on what made you go viral, buddy? I was trying to be nice, but I can't keep a straight face
with this one. I mean, long story short, I woke up one morning. I had this video saved from the night before, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stitch it. I had the perfect bit in mind and stuff like that. And full disclosure, everything that I make, I never have any like want for it to ever, or that it's ever gonna go like viral or it's gonna get that many views. I do it just because I just want to do it. This one, on the other hand, had had a different destiny. And so and it's still getting likes, reposts, shares. Dude, I get updates about it every fucking
What's your view count on it now?
I'm going to pin
you need
it,
to pin that, Nick.
Hold on, what's your thing on there now?
I'm scrolling and find that.
Nick.
Wow, you didn't send him. You didn't send me his shit, bro.
But I'm at 6.8 million views on it.
Holy shit!
Copper, have you cracked 6 million?
Yes, but I needed a baby's help in order to do so.
Well,
So that doesn't count.
I needed buff goth bitches to do this one. And none of them were even present. It was just the term
Hi, sir. Do
of
you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior, goth girls and fishnets?
I did a video to that sound
Oh,
too.
did you?
Yeah, a
Hold on.
while back.
What's your thing on TikTok, real quick?
It's Nick _ not so notorious.
No, you're one of the first people that pops up.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I'm
already
trying
found
to
it.
find
I
the
have the
video
insights
here,
to it.
and I'm trying to
So it's
find
been viewed 6.8 million times, 734,000 likes, 2,349 comments, 23,000 shares, and 44,000 saves.
How long ago was the video, dude?
I posted it on November 3rd.
Okay, so why am I having an issue finding it then?
Yeah, I'm having an issue finding it also,
Oh,
buddy.
okay. Let's go to pop it. 6 point. What
You
the fuck? Stand by.
And I just pinned it to the top of my profile to help anybody wanting to find that.
Oh, 6.8, there it is. So, yes. So, Nick, do you wanna just tell the people what you
Yeah.
did in this video, though, that you went
So, long story
extremely
short,
viral?
there was the video I stitched was talking about like this Oktoberfest that had these women, and they asked these guys like, what's the most interesting or weirdest thing they've seen at this festival? And he said, buff goth bitches
Buff goth emo bitches, like in
buff
Lederhosen.
in Lederhosen. And the moment I stitched right to it, and I have this map that I got from an ex-girlfriend that I finally get to put to use.
It's
It
an
was a gift to
ex-girlfriend's
me.
fucking
And
map too, that's
so
great.
all I did is I slammed it down on the table, I bit off the cap of a Sharpie, spit it out, and I told the audience to tell me,
Tell me where they are.
tell
You
me where
tell
they
me
are.
right now.
I pretty much pulled a
I
Liam
just watched
Neeson.
it, and the funny thing is that I've seen that because I saw that when it went viral. I just didn't know that was you because I went to it and it was like I'd already liked and favorited it, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, that's Nick. All right.
Yeah.
And then it subsequently, like, the next, like, 7 or 8 videos you had were all like
Because I
10,000,
piggybacked off the
19,000,
comments.
15,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's more
Dude, the algorithm is so
Yep.
Weird.
freaking weird because it's one of those things where it's like if you do something and it goes viral, the videos you do after that either kind of pick up that momentum or they go nowhere.
Yep.
Like, and it's been like that ever since like last
And I think
January, February, whenever like the whole congressional hearing thing was like, and I thought it was me. Like when it was happening to me, I thought it was me. And then I went and I checked out like Not Easy Being Wheezy, Mama Todd, Poppy Taco, like all these other creators who were in the millions and significantly more than me, and even their views went down. And I was like, oh, this is an app wide thing. Okay.
So, now I pointed out a couple there's one I still gotta go back to a couple there's 2 more videos I gotta make fun of you about. I gave Nick his props. Now somebody else went viral in my household, and it was on Copper's page, actually. Because over the summer, we ended up going to Salem, Massachusetts, and the witch herself has made herself present tonight.
Hey,
oh
girl.
snap.
Headphones on. And, well, she can't hear nobody yet because she don't have headphones on. Let's see here. But Copper stitched a whole video of Ellie just being chaotic. You gotta scoot in this way, honey.
Why
Round of
are you
applause.
putting perfectly good pools?
Round
Sorry,
of
why are you
applause.
putting pools next to a perfectly good ocean? Everything is a lie. My life is a lie. Salem sucks. Everything is closed.
Hold on.
So
Somebody else
it
talk for a
was
minute.
funny
I gotta fix
because
her, set her up.
and it was
Yeah,
funny because
fill
oh
people
wow,
in on
my
the
thing
video.
just came off the damn desk. Oh wait, no, are you still attached? It's still attached. Never mind. If my microphone starts falling randomly, you know why. So as a little bit of a backstory here, so I'm not sure if we've ever really talked about this before, but part of the reason that I ever got to this show to begin with and how I came to know Zaga and all that is because Ellie and I have known each other for literally years. We're talking like, honey, I'd say what? Almost like shoot, almost like 5, 6 some years now, right?
No, because I met you before I went through my first
Shit, you're right.
divorce.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been closer
It's
to a
been
decade,
closer to a decade, bro.
and I've talked about it before how I oftentimes have more female friends and male friends and all that, but even that, people have a fun habit of coming in, enjoying what they enjoy, and then leaving. Ellie and I have just, regardless of what stupid shit she and I went through together, have just remained
And there's the
like
mom.
this the whole time, and have just stayed close this whole time.
Yeah, y'all being
Yeah,
close, not like
so
the screws that are
exactly.
holding your
So
mic.
just like the microphone just fell off the table. Yeah, Ellie and I never did that. We just
No. We stayed on
yes,
the table. We did
very
our
much
job.
so.
We held the mic up. We were 2 legs of a whole tripod.
Well then. So to fill you in, I was actually just discussing some videos that over the last year, what is you know, I was making fun of Copper because he had a dancing video where he tried to dance like Michael Jackson. I couldn't let that
Michael
slide.
Jackson, and he couldn't.
I could not.
Well, it's hard to dance like Michael Jackson when if you move, your butt sounds like
Thank you.
bowling balls going clink. You're welcome.
Damn right.
That's no butt. And then I gave Nick his props because he he went viral on on his own video and no help, no nothing. It was actually really cool. For as fans, as friends, as fans, it's pretty fun because we watch your videos. And I was talking about how you went viral because of Copper.
Well, I wouldn't say I went viral, but I definitely got some attention.
You had
All
like
right,
3,000
hold on.
followers.
Let's clarify
Yeah,
something here. Let's clarify something here.
Viral.
Ellie did not go viral because of me. People just finally got to see how much of an absolutely hilarious, chaotic sweetheart Ellie is because they were following me. I didn't do shit. Ellie got that shit all by her own. I just helped point people in her direction.
Ellie just out here acting like a whole ass gremlin.
Feral.
I am living like those like when you're like,
The
oh, the
intrusive.
thoughts one or the intrusive thoughts, that's what it is. When you're like the intrusive thought one, I am
The
living
feral
intrusive
thoughts.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry, y'all. Don't mind me.
No, you're good. You're not. Well, see, the camera's only going to be on who's talking, so it's perfect that we're making the noise and not picking up you. So now we were going to recap some stuff that happened in 2023. What do you want to recap? Like, we got Ellie for a short period of time here. She has work. She has work, so she has to be up early. So
Yeah, some of us have careers that
Well,
aren't
some of us
social
have
media
PTO where we
related.
took off for until next year. So, well, yeah, because I
Let's
don't
be
take off
fucking
anytime
nice.
throughout the rest of the fucking year. So, like, this is my time. Even though I work 2 jobs, tomorrow and Thursday, I have to go in for a collective of 8 hours, which isn't bad. So I'm fine.
I was gonna say, I thought you were with family right now. I thought you were gonna be recording from a radio
No, that was the
location or
original plan, but
satellite
when I
location.
got down there, it was family activity from the moment that I parked to the time that I got home today. So,
Gotcha. Well, I think one thing that we can talk about is kind of talk about how I feel like this year, like the podcast, just as Hey Zaga and the Hey Zaga Productions in general and as a whole, we've taken some pretty big steps this
yeah,
past year.
that
We
was
had the
huge.
fight. We got we got Nick on the show, which in and of itself, just finding somebody who's willing to put in half the amount of work that you do is huge. Then me and Copper were able to reconnect, and now he's here on the show, bringing more people with him. So it's been a pretty big year for Zaga.
yeah, because I'm doing my own production thing because might as well slap my name on it somewhere because all our names are attached to this. But I'm the only producer, so but yeah, no, Hey Zaga Productions is like
Well, Saga,
well,
NFA Pod,
just and the NFA network
Mm.
yeah.
blossomed. It the identity, I feel like,
Well, and I think
really
it was
popped up,
definitely, and
you
it's
know?
like,
And
because so I did the episode with y'all, then y'all did the episode with Wheezy, and the funny thing is that's like yes, I've kept coming back because I know y'all personally and I love y'all. But sometimes it's just a matter of getting that person who, because people want to watch what they do, they find y'all and they like what you do. And it's not a matter of, oh, I only like you because this other person was here. It's like, no, I like what you guys did beforehand. I just didn't know that you guys were here. And then as they find that, they want to go back and look at everything else and stuff like that.
Well, I think that's kind of why we all, I think I can say this for all of us, like we all collectively appreciate you, Copper, and the amount of recognition that you brought with you when you joined. What are we doing? Microphones
you were
moving.
resting on the mic.
All right. My bad. There's stuff everywhere. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, I think I can speak for everybody when I say like we all greatly appreciate the amount of people that you brought with you when you came over. Because it's definitely like I'm sure it's you brought some people to Nick because they found the podcast and whatnot. He's grown exponentially on TikTok. Like we've all kind of just been this year's been
Mhm.
really good for all of us, I feel like, in that aspect. Finally breaking ceilings because this is the first year that you were even able to like
Yeah.
quit your day
So,
job, wasn't it, Copper?
well, so two things. So, number one, I'm always happy to help. Number two, I'm just glad I got people pushed towards y'all. Like the amount of work that Zaga puts in and all that, like that's all him. And I admire his work ethic and dedication to all this. And thirdly, part of what brought me on is that there's three women in this world who can tell me what the fuck to do. My mama, my best friend, and that young lady right there. Because I ain't scared of no fucking man. But that lady, I am definitely saying the night. Fear me. So there was that. And as far as like quitting the day job, so right after, so it's so weird to think that I've done this for more than a year now. So last Christmas, I gave you all my heart.
I gave you my heart.
So last Christmas, I was still working at Dick's Sporting Goods, and this had all kind of blown up, and we were working in the merch direction, and things were going the way they were going. And
Wait a second, motherfucker! You worked at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I met you after the fact. This is bullshit. I could have got myself a discount.
So was working dicks hard?
Hmm?
Was working dicks hard?
Depends on your definition of hard.
Walk hard.
I mean, if you're a little bitch, life in general is hard. Anyway, I love you, Nick. Anyway, so did that, and then I actually like left after that January because I went to reclass school, and then
Oh yeah, that's right. You like
yeah, I
transitioned
went
jobs soon.
into 19 Delta. I've been doing scout shit for the whole entire time since I got to the unit, but my MOS
Mhm.
officially changed.
Yeah, you just
Exactly,
hadn't officially
exactly,
been reclassed
exactly.
for proper training. Yeah.
But yeah, ever since I got back from reclass school, we started doing this full time, and it's definitely been a ride. And it's funny because I find it funny when people were like, oh yeah, you got all that TikTok money. I'm like, what TikTok money? Well,
There's no money that comes from TikTok. There's money that comes from the fans, and I think that's what people don't realize is like the fans are the biggest driving force behind any podcast, TikToker,
mhm.
influencing of any type. It's all because they we make money when they buy merch. We don't because our merch is set a dollar price. Like, what is it? A dollar above what we have to.
Yeah, I only mark like all the
Mhm.
clothing. I only mark at
Above cost.
a dollar over, just because. Yeah, above
Yeah.
cost because like
Uh-huh.
it's a drop shipping company is what we use, and so we don't have to do any work. people just order from the shop. I pick the products that I want my stuff on, and we go from there. And every like 6 months, I get like
Hey,
$8.
And we're grateful for every single one of
$8
those
is a lot of money.
$8.
Well, so for us,
It's an entire
well, so for us, I mean,
Uh-huh.
even like with the merch, like I'm sitting in the studio where like we make the merch. Like at the very beginning, we did like the hoodies, the shirts, the this and that, like all had to get made by somebody else. But a lot of the other styles of merch, like we did. But it's funny because like now we're at the point where like we're making our own hoodies and we're making our own T-shirts and we're making our own bookmarks and this and that. We still have to get the prints
That's
and the thank you. We still have to get the prints and the calendars and all that done by somebody else. But even then, and a lot of it too comes from like the birthday messages, the wake up alarms. And then actually, it was funny because the TikTok money went like after the whole algorithm thing. But ever since I did the creator program beta, whatever it is now, I mean, that helps a little bit. So it's funny because between that and the Patreon, neither one of them are a whole lot, but them concurrently, along with the merch, along with the this and the this and the this and the this, yeah, it makes it so that like we're getting by and I'm doing okay. But it's like trying to juggle a whole bunch of things at once just to keep the train moving.
Yeah, because you're constantly working. Like we talk a couple times a week, and every time we talk, it's in between you working, me working my full-time job. Like it's hard, like especially when you're doing it as a full-time gig like you are. You're just always on the move, and you have to have that type A personality to make that work. Otherwise,
And
it's
I think a
just
lot
not.
of it too is like now I'm very lucky in that we have other work coming up also. Like we have the now 5 audiobooks that are lined up for this year. You know, the 2 events that we're going to, working towards the modeling direction. But it's funny because I literally just saw something the other day that it was Johnny Depp talking about.
Are
I
you gonna be
mean,
a hand model
that's not
or?
far from the realm of possibility. Everyone who saw that video and commented, thank you. No, I'm not doing anything with my damn feet. Stop asking.
Not even for the right
Hey,
price?
I made some good.
Hey,
I made some good
baby,
money on Feet Finder
sweetheart,
for a whole
that's
48
totally
hours.
fine. I didn't say there was anything wrong with that. I just don't want to do that.
I mean, that's fair. I only did it for 48 hours because I felt violated.
All I'm saying, buddy, is like, you don't live that far from us now. I got a whole production system. We got the lights. We got a casting couch right on the foot, big toe right on the pillow. I'll
Let
put
it
some.
drip
We'll
down
just
slowly.
squirt some lotion
please
right on
stop.
it.
Zaga,
And
please stop. Zaga, please stop.
and
Listen, there are very few things in this world. There are very few things in this world that bug me, and as images I don't like to have in my head, that's one of them. So
can we please spam Copper's
shut up,
comments
shut up,
with
shut up,
a
shut
photo
up,
shoot
shut
at
up.
Zaga's house?
I swear to God, the next time I'm over at your house, I will have your wife whoop your ass.
I'm just gonna say now that I've been granted the follow, I'm going to comment on your videos. Where's the feet video?
You dick.
No.
I'm probably gonna be abusing just that privilege, but that's probably what's about to happen.
Thank you for your
Yes.
love and
Oh, is
support,
there a
my good
foot
friend, and
emoji?
I'm about to take advantage of it by spamming you with things that will give you nightmares.
Feet emojis all day.
I would like
Feet
to
emojis all day.
repay
Yo,
the
for the people
follow
who
with my utter dear friendship and absolute feet meme spamming.
This is why. See, I feel like this is why you were like considering joining the show, and then you were like, then you were like, you know what, I'll do it. You weren't expecting the attacks like we do here. This show is all about just like there is a podcast called Bad Friends, and it really should be this show because it's all of us just making fun of each other.
Okay, I'm
most of the time.
Not a bad friend. I'm actually the nicest person in this room. However, I get the biggest rep for being the meanest.
Because you savage.
Well,
So
sometimes
does that
y'all
make
be
you like
acting
the mother
stupid.
hen? Does that make you like the mother hen?
No, I'm just the nice
Listen.
one with the bad reputation.
Listen.
I'm Taylor
I'm Taylor Swift.
That's beyond creepy.
Listen, Nick, not for nothing, but this woman has put up with my stupid ass for damn near a decade now. If that don't qualify her for sainthood, I don't know what does.
Marrying this.
I was about to say, she's married to me.
Fair
We've
enough.
been together for 5 years now. And she
Also,
hasn't
before I
murdered
forget,
me in
dear,
my
I have your
sleep
Christmas
yet.
present, so I need to come by and give it to you soon.
I have no. Oh, word. No, I'm saying a word to you. Like, you got a present. Lucky you. Like, I'm happy for you. I can be happy for my
I'm gonna
wife,
get you
god
something
dang.
too. Just ain't showed up yet.
Like I said, I
Calm down. Shit.
just gotta know. You just
I
gotta
already
show
know
up.
what I
That's
already
the
know what the
present.
gift is, Zaga. I know what the gift is. It's the foot shoot.
The photo shoot.
Nick,
It's the
Nick,
photo
can we
shoot.
not spoil the
food
goddamn
shoot.
Christmas present, please?
I didn't tell him what, like, if it was black and white or if it was in color.
Can we not? You know what? I was gonna overcome.
He was gonna overcome.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You know what? I can't even be mad. I can't even be mad because I set that one up perfectly. I set up the rifle. I zeroed your goddamn scope. I checked the
You Kurt
windage and all
Cobain.
that,
You
and
Kurt
you took the
Cobain
shot.
yourself. You Kurt Cobain.
Well, this episode's now getting flagged.
That's in
Trigger warning.
We're gonna have to put like that AI. We're gonna have to put like that AI voice over things. When he's like, "You Kurt Cobain yourself," he's gonna be like, "Dude, you just played yourself."
What was I gonna say now?
Yeah.
Back to 2023. Now, what was so? Because like I said, we don't have Ellie for too much. But actually, you know, Nick, you've been too quiet. Yeah, you've been too quiet. What is the weirdest thing you think you saw happen in 2023? Because a lot of weird shit happened. So what would you say is the weirdest thing you've seen happen in 2023? Well, in general,
My dating life?
like in the world, your dating life. Can we
Bubba, are
talk
you
about it?
okay?
Can
Do you
can
need a
we-
chaplain? Like, do you want to talk?
Jokes about, first of all,
Oh,
Copper,
fair enough.
you won't get that joke, but I do, and I appreciate you. Second of all, can
Oh,
we make jokes about that
I've
yet, or
definitely
is
been
it still
making
a sore
jokes
subject?
about my dating life for like, yeah.
Ever?
Okay, yeah, because that last bitch had total crazy eyes, and I tried to tell Tony, and he didn't believe me.
Listen, I will say she was very cute, Nick.
Those are the
She
ones
was
you
a
gotta
very,
watch
very
out for.
pretty young lady. We were like something.
Well,
she
see,
got
I
crazy
figured
eyes.
out in the
She
long
got
run
crazy
that
eyes all day long.
and I'm attracted to every ethnicity of woman, but okay, but that goes okay. That's not ethnicity. That's a lifestyle. That is a.
I'm sorry. Did you just say an ethnicity?
It's a no. I said nativity scene.
No.
Nativity.
Naticity.
Nativity.
Naticity.
Today's best favorite animal is called man-titties.
Today's best favorite animal
No,
is
I have
called
a.
Naticity. I really wish you could like superimpose right on like Nick's chest, and we would just have like circles of like the
Today's best
Natitities.
favorite animal is called man-titties. Man-titties don't see when they have the crazy eyes. They don't understand. It's because their eyes are so small.
They don't understand. Sometimes they just.
Plot
Holy
twist,
shit!
Copper is
Is
actually
that really
the voice
you?
of that now.
No.
I
Also,
really
the funny
did.
thing
I was
is
like, I
that
watch
now,
those
whenever-
videos all the time.
well, the funny thing is that now I can't see that video
Nick,
of Leia and I, where Leia's on my face, without picturing today's best favorite animal is called pissing bullets. Pissing bullets are so nice. They're not dangerous. Anybody's stupid if you raise them stupid. Okay, bye. It's Creepy Dave.
So Nick, I know you're
Oh,
joking,
I wasn't
saying
joking.
your love life, but what would you say is the weirdest thing you've seen all in
I
2023?
wasn't joking.
You want to elaborate on it, fucker?
That is what the milk.
Oh, okay. No, actually, full disclosure.
Oh,
Okay, so I don't want to harp back on that video.
the amount of love and support
I have
over
got
these last few weeks have been
a very large amount of follows from a lot of muscle mommies that scared the living piss out of me, but I'm so turned on at the same time. but they could easily bench press all 4 of us, and then deadlift us, and then eat our whole fridge. And it scares
Hell
the
yeah,
piss out-
hun, get your lifts out.
Like death by
Wait.
snoo.
Mommy's eye.
Wait, you gotta go.
I mean,
Show me where they are.
the death by
You ever,
snoo.
you ever
me.
watch Flash Gets? You ever watch Flash Gets? Oh, okay, never mind. You wouldn't get the joke then. There's a, Warhammer 40K, right?
Is that what Henry Cavill did?
Yes.
Vaguely.
They do like parodies of that, and it's funny how the joke has even gotten to them because like there's a thing where like they're downloading something and it shows like the muscle mommy whatever, but it's like the god emperor of the 40K universe, and like he quickly tries to click off it, and he's like, "That's weird. How did the commie mommy of mankind make it its way on my computer? Odd." And I guess I'm just old school. I don't get the whole commie mommy, muscle mommy, battle mommy, goth mommy thing. I don't. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't.
Because you're not attracted. You're attracted to very feminine women. That's not what muscle
Okay,
mommy
Define
is.
feminine, because I like the short-haired look. I'll tell you right now, I love that short-haired look.
We're not talking about short hair. We're talking about a
Whoa, hold
general
up.
aura
Time out.
slash
Time out.
attitude.
Hold up.
Okay.
Flag on the play. Hold up. Where? Flag on the play.
Objection, hearsay.
I
Objection in the court.
hold on. I don't
He's like,
have
yes.
I don't go for the muscle mommies. I appreciate what they do. More power to them. I am more attracted to more feminine women, but at the same time, if I click with you, I click with you.
He's
But
not wrong. He's not wrong.
But I will say,
That's
growing
weird.
up, I never knew watching Futurama, the episode where it was the Amazon woman, the death by snoo, would come full circle back to me at 33.
You will be snood by the large women, then the medium women, then the small women.
Make a valid point. When I was younger,
Yeah.
I'd watch China on WWF and be like, she's terrifying. Now I watch Rhea Ripley and I'm like, babe, can she go on the list? Can that be one of my passes too, please?
Hey,
Yeah,
wait.
she's
If
made
she's on
both of
y'all's,
our lists.
if she's on both of y'all's lists, you know what that means you can do, right? And not yes. But I want you to take this idea, if it's not already been thought of. You guys are getting married next year, yes? Yes.
Go back.
We invite her.
You send the invitation.
Okay.
No nudes. Because that's a lawsuit.
Well,
but you definitely
Zaga,
send
what's
the
it like to
invitation.
have a
We don't
woman
do
who's
that.
cool
We
as
don't do that.
hell?
Yeah,
I figured.
It's pretty great. It's pretty. There's going to be plenty of episodes where I talk about my sexcapades in my past, and you're going to hear about the horrid people that I have encountered. Terrible things these people have done.
Terrible things.
We're not going to talk.
Uh-oh.
This isn't about me.
Since Chris has moved into my house, I have realized and been told so many times how terrible of a human this man is. And I'm just, he killed a bunny.
For food?
He killed a bunny. He let the poor thing starve to death because he forgot it existed and stopped feeding
You
it.
bastard.
It doesn't matter. You can't defend yourself against this one. You expect me to have kids with you, and you
Okay, in all fairness,
starved
kids
a
and
bunny
bunny are two
to
different things.
death.
I thought I knew you, you bunny butchering
Shut up,
bastard.
Nick. You bunny butchering bastard.
Honey, you tried. Good job.
You know what? Go fuck
Little bunny
yourself.
foo hopping through the forest.
I love you.
Yes. Yes. It was an accident. I was 10 years old. It was my first pet. Who gets a
I had a
fucking rabbit
hamster.
for their first pet? You get a goldfish. You let the
Little
shit
bunny
die
foo
like everyone
foo
else.
hopping through the
If the
forest,
goldfish
running
die,
away from Zaga. He knows he won't get fed.
Wait, hold on. Ellie said,
Was it a
Guess
boy?
what my first pet was?
Jesus.
No, it was my sister Esther.
Was she more feral than you?
Yes.
Her, so yeah.
Fair. I feel like you ever seen that horror movie with the little kids, and then like their parents
Talking about the
died, and the
porn?
little kids were like lost in the woods, and then they found them, and then they were like little
The
cave. We
mother?
watched it. It was like
No.
Mother or something
Mama.
like that.
No, it's Mama.
Mama?
Is that what it was?
It's Mama, and the parents didn't die. The father murdered their mother, and then he was
Mhm.
taking the girls and running away, and he got in a car accident, and then he tried to hide them in a cabin, and then Mama murdered him, and the kids were just little feral gremlin creatures, and I really appreciated them.
Did you did you relate to them? It just reminded you of your childhood.
They were dirty. They had greasy hair.
Did they
I was
turn butter?
dirty. I had greasy hair. I al No, they ate a
And
lot of
butterflies.
cherries, though,
Mm.
and I didn't get any
Were
cherries
they
growing up,
no,
but
they
we ate
weren't
a
frozen.
lot of
You
grapes.
didn't have a freezer.
There.
And now you fabulous as fuck, girl.
No, no
Grow up.
freezers.
No, we had a freezer. That's where my
Dear
mom kept her
Lord.
miscarried baby.
Thank you for coming back on the show, babe. Ellie's taking a brief hiatus from the show.
Sweetheart.
Um,
You know my phone is always open, right?
mhm. You know, there's some points in your life when you know people, right? And then you learn things about people, and then you're like that, but you're like, no, I don't remember you saying I did not see that in TikTok. All I'm saying is I don't. The people can't hear you, and all I'm saying is that there's some points when you just meet like when you hear something about somebody, and you're like, that's why you're in therapy.
Huh.
That makes total sense now.
And that's why I
Everything's
don't.
coming full circle. And this was one of those things, like I know a lot of things of like why Ellie would need therapy, but this one that sticks.
This is like the South
That's
Park episode where they had the frozen babies and they sucked the
again,
stimulus out of their neck.
Mm.
Yep.
Yep.
oh, wasn't that Christopher Reeves?
And you can't say that about me
Yeah.
because I don't go to therapy. I probably
Not yet.
probably should. It's
This
just
is only episode 1. Nick didn't need therapy till
2024,
no,
he goes
I've
to
been
therapy.
looking.
the
Just
second season.
Tricare is a bitch.
Okay. Don't talk about real stuff on the show.
All right.
Yeah, I got
Yeah. Look out. This is work time.
Work.
Support our troops and their mental health unless it's cutting into Tony's scheduled recording time. We'll go fuck
Support the
ourselves, I
troops
guess.
unless it cuts into NFA.
Unless it cuts into anything otherwise noted as important.
You know what
by the
NFA stands
American
for
people.
now? Not fucking American.
Cue the commie sound effect.
That's weird. How did the commie mommy of mankind find its way onto this podcast?
Glory, glory,
my
what a wonderful way to
Not
die.
fucking American. Oh my god. I don't
That
even know
was
how do
really
we top that?
Nick,
That was
that
good.
actually, you know what, Bubba? I find
That
it
was
very
really
hard
good.
sometimes to find someone who can piggyback off my humor that good. That was good, Bubba. That was good.
That was a delight.
Taking this shit on the road.
Oh my god. All right, babe. So before you head off and head to bed, what was the weirdest thing you've seen happen in 2023?
Well, for starters, roofs.
blue roof.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
I
remember
thought
in
that was
Oh,
a
Hawaii?
yeah.
joke.
Yeah. But guess what's even weirder? I've been
Uh-oh.
seeing them all around New
Well,
England.
yeah.
Next target.
Yeah, so I'm about to go
Yeah,
get
because
some
New
blue
Englanders
tarps
are supposed to be
on my
like, you know,
roof.
Doreen, look, if we do what they do in Hawaii, maybe it'll get warmer here.
Pretty much.
Listen, Donna.
Doreen. Can you
Just grab
grab
me
me
fucking dunks.
dunks,
And for
please,
once, you
on your
know,
way
maybe
on
it
your
would
way to
get
my
warmer
house?
here if we do things like paint our roofs blue and then maybe put fucking jimmies on my ice cream. Maybe that would fix it. Who fucking knows?
Maybe
Uh-huh,
actually have
uh-huh.
chocolate jimmies in stock, you
By
know?
the way, remember buying the fucking Prius that was going to be
I have
also
never
good for the
been
environment?
in
Still
a
sure it's pretty fucking
pipeline.
cold, Doreen.
Still
What?
pretty fucking cold. Oh, hey, You get that car with the smart park? It
Nah,
doesn't really
nah,
seem to be
no.
impacting the global climate very much.
It's fucking raining
Having
on
all that
Christmas.
smart
Ladies,
park
gentlemen,
around, you know,
gentlemen.
it's fucking
I
useless.
don't know where you guys are gonna find Tom Brady, so you can just shut the fuck up. Yes.
What is that one
You
couple?
can't get
He's
Marble
like,
Reds and Tom
no,
Brady at the
no.
same time.
You take that shit back right now, kid.
Are
You
you?
take that shit back right
Hey,
now,
hey,
kid.
hey.
Yeah,
Are you? Are you not?
A
Not.
knock.
The fuck's he saying?
I
The fuck's he saying?
I have never been more turned
I
off.
don't blame you.
in
Why
my
do you think I
life.
fucking left?
If
Don't
there's
blame you.
something, if there's something, no. If there's something I hate more in this world than Boston, it's the Boston accent. It's
The fuck's wrong with
gross.
Boston?
Yeah, what's wrong?
It's terrible.
Nope.
Did you want to
Nope.
tell people about all the sounds I had to listen to coming out of the bathroom last night, and you have the audacity to say that you were
You
turned
know
off?
what?
They're raised up.
I'll say this much.
the
I'll say
fuck?
this much without going on a tangent.
You
I'll
fuck it,
say
then I
this
helped.
much before I
I
go
don't
on a
want to hear
tangent.
it.
There's a
one.
reason I sound like me, and it sound like me because I left and I found every excuse to leave as often as possible.
So I
Yeah.
used to have a very, very,
Mhm.
very strong New York accent when I was younger, and people would be like, "Get the marbles out your mouth," because I'll just mumble. I'd be like, you know, yeah, I still mumble from time to time. And then I went down to Florida, and then I had to teach myself how
Mhm.
to enunciate every word because it was really annoying. Oh, I think Ellie is going to
Nah,
bed
girl.
in a minute.
Love you.
Night,
I got your
guys.
Christmas
Ow.
present, which means you got to
Shove
invite me
this
to the
in my
house.
face. Bro, you
How do you
know
not have a
you're
key?
invited to
Okay,
the
but
house.
I
Just show
want to
up.
know when y'all are there.
Oh.
Because we don't have the
No,
just
Zaga just leaves the
give you
side
the
door open.
code to the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Don't know if it was.
All I'm saying is my electric and my heating bill has gone up exponentially since you and Chris have been living under the same roof, and I've had just about enough of this bullshit. One of you is going to be homeless, and one of them has a cat. So.
It's a me, Zaga.
It's a me, a Zaga.
Babe, thank you for coming back and hanging out and saying hi to everybody on the season premiere. Say goodbye to everybody.
Goodbye, guys.
So
I will
long.
send
Farewell.
Bye, honey. Love you.
Yes. Now, because this is episode 1, a lot of you at home don't know who Chris is. Now, Chris is my best friend. I've known
long
him
ass time.
for very long time. I mean, I don't even know, 14 years. And yeah, he's now living with us, and because he wants to get into podcasting, so he's gonna pop in here in a minute, and it'll be a fun time again. But yeah, what was I gonna say? So I would say like the weirdest thing, because actually no, because I didn't get a chance to talk about my thing before. Like something that happened to me in 2023. Finding this boxing shit that I'm going down.
Yeah.
Like this shit has been life changing. Like I've opened my eyes to a whole new world, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Because who doesn't love to hit something, right? And when you get your coworkers involved in boxing with you, you get to hit your employees and not get in trouble.
You get to fuck up your coworkers
It's
and
true.
not get fired.
That's not an HR violation.
Dude, I hit him with an uppercut, and it was so bad. I felt so bad. I was like, dude, why don't you take a break? Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
What's that scene from Tropic
sorry.
Thunder? Oh, Jesus Christ, Matt, you really leaned into that one.
So Copper, what would you say like the weirdest thing that you've seen in 2020? I mean, it could be anything in the world. I mean, one of the I'll use me for example. I think when they had all those wildfires and the world was just orange and looked like Mars.
You know,
That was the weirdest thing that
it's hard because there's so much that I have seen, having been so many different places around so many different time periods. You know, not to sound like the Seal Crew, but been around the world twice, talked to everybody once. You know, I've met so many people and been blessed to meet and talk to so many people and see so many things, there's just a lot of things that it's hard to really like surprise me anymore. What I will say is that, at least from
You're gonna sit here and tell me that them fucking hornets, those killer fucking bee things back in 2020, you weren't sitting
nope,
here like,
because I
"What
already
the
knew about
fuck is that?"
the fucking bees in Afghan, like the killer hornets in Afghanistan, dude. Like I knew that shit existed. So- huh?
They're bigger than them?
I don't
Are
know.
they bigger
I
than them?
I
'Cause
don't
those fuckers are like this
remember
big.
exactly how they got over here or what all that whole thing happened, but to me it wasn't like, wait, that exists. I was like, that exists. I just didn't think it would fucking exist over here. Um, I will say probably the weirdest
Interesting.
thing has been, and I'm trying to think of how to word this as politely as I can without getting canceled. The utter the no, just
That's how it
the
starts.
absolute feelings are more important than fact. BS that permeates everywhere in so many things. And everybody likes to point to one specific group of people or that specific group of people. It's not any one specific group or the other. It's in general.
It's just in
I
general,
don't
yeah.
like this. Ergo, that's not how it is. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, handsome and or fucking sweetheart. That is how the world works. Because guess what? Science and physics are a fucking thing. And just because you don't like it or it doesn't match how you want shit to be, guess what? How you feel about something doesn't supersede fact. And for the longest time, it was someone said that shit, and someone else went, "Okay, well, no, because medically and scientifically and stuff like that, no, if you do this, this happens." And we're now living in a world where it's like, well, no, I don't like that, so I'm doing it anyway, and they're pretty much being allowed to. It's like we're not really hurting the planet because that would mean that that's bad. So global warming's not that bad, even though we're fucking the whole.
I'm so
Sorry.
sorry. You're in a serious thought here. But Nick's stomach growled so
Is that what I
loud.
heard? I thought that was a
I
mic on my
heard that
end.
in I am like, I was sitting here and I'm like,
I was hoping that didn't pick
I know
up.
Copper got a good mic, but like, is it sensitive? And I was like, did you
God damn.
fart?
God damn,
It was
son.
just a grumble? God damn. You stopped me. I had to stop mid speech there because your stomach had something to say about it. It's like, excuse me, sir. I feel like I'm hungry.
Rightfully offended.
Which is that, yeah, I had Whataburger
My
too,
God,
like
man.
not that long ago, so I guess I'm still hungry.
I don't understand. Like my stomach has never made that
No,
sound. You
homie,
need a
you ever
doctor.
had that thing where like obviously when your stomach rumbles, it does the whole like, or it does the whole like
Mm-hmm.
thing. I don't know why, if anyone else has ever had this happen. I don't know if anyone else has ever had this happen. You ever had like from your hip region, like literally, it's like your stomach's growling, but it feels like it's in your hip, and you just get that whole like,
Once or twice actually.
yeah. What is that? I don't have a duck secretly hiding in my hip,
I
so
thought my body was like I thought this was the time. I thought this was it.
Gentlemen, this is called old age. That's what this is. This is called we are not in our 20s anymore, and we are old, and we are crickety. But to bounce off of what Copper was saying, I get what you're saying because and I get what you were saying that it's such
yeah.
a tightrope to
Because
talk
everyone's
on
going to be like,
because
"Oh, you're referring to
it's
this
a
and this," and
broad
it's like, actually, no, I wasn't referring to that at all.
yeah, because exactly. Now, see, you obviously I don't want you to get canceled. I'm not even cancelable yet. I should be canceled because I sell cars. Like I'm a terrible person. Now, and I already claim I'm a Satanist. I'm an asshole. Like we already know I should be canceled. So, I get what you're saying because it could be construed as you're talking about
So
trans. You could be doing it that. Now, the flip side too is like you have people on the other side saying that's not the real president. Motherfucker, it's clearly the president, or like, or there's so many different avenues that it can go down of well, I feel like just because I don't like Joe Biden, Trump is my president. Or just because I don't like Trump, well, Biden is the complete answer to the world. And it's like there's people like me, assholes, where I'm just like, I hate all them old motherfuckers. Call it atheism all you want. they should not be in the fuck. They should not be running office. They should not be running fucking. They should be going to the retirement home and taking a nap. That's what I feel. And I don't get it. I don't like to get into politics because I hate. It's not that I follow any political party specifically. I hate all politics, and I think all politicians are scummy pieces of shit. And I don't care what they say, what baby they kiss, whose person they fucked years ago, if they did cocaine in their 80s, if they smoked pot, if they could dunk, or if they were impeached twice. I really don't give a fuck about any of them. I think they're all pieces of shit, and I stand for eat the rich. So like when that submersible went down, I made fun of rich people so much I did not care. I don't give a fuck. Fuck rich people. Now would like to be rich one day, and at some point I hope you're saying fuck me too, and I
Figuratively,
will.
not
I
literally.
actually plan to do.
Well, so I think here's where the problem is that I think what we're seeing, and the problem is that we see this happen throughout history, time and time and time and time and time again. It's the whole holding somebody responsible for their fathers and grandfathers' sins, and the problem is that the pendulum swings one way, it now has to swing all the way that way before we can come back to the middle, even though it doesn't have to go all the way that way. So it's the whole thing of like, listen, for the longest time, this and this and this was not okay, or this and this and this thing happened that shouldn't have happened. Cool. So in order to correct that, we now got to make everything go all the way that way. And it's like, no, because that's not going to help either. You know, if you're steering into the opposite lane, you don't overcorrect so much that you go over the lane divider and go off the freaking bridge. You go back into the middle.
Can I ask you a question?
No,
Were you eating Cheetos?
I'm a smoker, homie.
Why the fuck is your thumb?
That's yeah.
He
Sorry.
most definitely didn't have his thumb in Chester the Cheeto's ass.
Because listen, it looked orange, and I was like, that motherfucker
No,
was
I was
chewing
not
on some
eating
motherfucking
Cheetos.
Cheetos. And he like
No,
that's a Cheeto. I was like, that's a Cheeto saying if I've ever seen one. That's how you know that I'm like. That's how you know I'm a pothead. Like when I associate so much shit with food, I was like, I've been
Yep.
there. I know it. I know that feeling.
Yep.
My controller.
So no, like my whole thing without getting into it is that like that's probably been the strangest thing for me is just seeing the just the lack of any kind of common sense and just common sense going out the window because it hurts someone's feelings. And that's probably what I found the weirdest. And the thing is like, I listen, I love pretty much everybody. All right. I can get along with pretty much dang near anybody except like terrorists and, you know, pedophiles and other people. Like,
Flat earthers?
listen, you know what? I know someone who's a flat earther. That's his thing. Cool for him. He not talk guns. He not go shooting together. That's fine. Like, is what it is. It doesn't affect me. I ain't trying to convert him. He ain't trying to convert me. That's fine. So, but for me, it's just a matter of like, at some point, common sense has to prevail. Or at some point, listen, if the pendulum's going to swing this far this way or this far the other way, if you don't want to do that, fine. The rest of us don't have to. You know, it's the whole thing of like, listen, this is what I think, and all y'all better accept that. It's like, nope.
Yeah, it's like the Karen mentality.
Yep.
Has trickled to the masses. I think that's really what it is because like I work with the public. I work in, the automotive industry, and I deal with the public daily. And
Mhm.
it's a business. There's profit. You have to make profit on a product you sell. That's just business. You don't do that, you don't have a business. And people just don't understand that concept. And like I had somebody tell me today, is like, I want a $3,000 discount. I want it at this at the buy rate. I want this. I want this. I want this. And we're like, no, that's not how that works. Well, why not? We're a business. We have to make money somewhere.
People
And
want the
we're not
world for
allowed to make
$5.
money anywhere. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
Yep.
yep. It's frustrating. And and especially, and again, to point out, right? Because a lot of weird shit happened in 2023, just in general, right? Like, we have the whole fucking thing going on in Israel and Gaza. That's craziness, number one. You got the craziness of the fucking the spy balloons. Spy balloons, that was a thing.
Oh yeah,
this
yeah,
year.
Yep.
Remember the Chinese spy balloons that were the UFOs? Yeah, then it was UFOs because them things started disappearing. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. Right? So that's weird. Then you got the submersible. Why the fuck you down there? You got billionaires building bunkers. You got movies coming out with the Obamas that made it. You got the whole place looking like Mars. You got fucking
The Civil War movie that's
going
coming
off.
out.
Oh, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man. See now, you're a part of the military, so I am not. So I have my own thoughts
Mm.
and opinions of what the world's gonna become. And all I'm saying is, man, that movie, Leave the World Behind, it got too
I
real,
haven't seen that
man.
one
It
yet.
got way. If you haven't seen it yet, I'll
everybody
talk about it in
well,
a
everybody
later
says to
episode.
go
Well,
watch it.
Nick and I on Fanboy will review it. Yeah,
I need
Nick
to
and I
watch it.
Mhm.
will review that in our next episode.
Yeah.
There's a reason for you to watch it. We can discuss that movie. But the synopsis is obviously the world's under attack. There's something happening. Nobody knows what's really going on. Great cast:
Oh,
Marshala
nice.
Ali, Julia Roberts. Uh, who else was in that? Not what the
Mhm.
Kevin Bacon
Hmm.
and Hawk. That's who it was. Ethan Hawke's in it as well. Great cast and great acting all the way through. And it's just there's just so many little things, and there's a lot of if you haven't seen it yet, and
Mhm.
or if you haven't seen it yet, go back and watch it. In the background, there's so many different there's so much things of
Mhm.
symbolism, like from paintings changing and different things like that. And it's a lot. It's a fun watch, but when you realize that Michelle and Barack were both executive producers,
Mm.
so like the highest level of producer, it
Mm.
sends a little chill down your spine. Which I don't know if that was. Now I know the book. There was a book about this. It was Obama was part of his book
Mhm.
club thing that he does. But
Right.
still, why did you choose that one?
You know
Like,
what?
are you trying to
I
tell us
think,
it's
and maybe
and
I'm
then all
being
billionaires
too much of a too positive to think this, but I look at it this way: we had a pandemic that shut down pretty much the entire freaking globe, right?
Mhm.
If there was, say again,
It did a really job, by the way. That's all I'm saying.
what do
It
you
did
mean?
a really shitty job. Well, I always made the joke, or actually it was in The Office, and he was like, "The world needs a new
Yeah,
plague."
that was The Office. That was,
Was that
Dwight.
The Office, Nick?
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
Dwight was talking to Jen. Yeah, it's like we finally got the
Well,
new
so
plague, but
I
it
look at it
wasn't,
this way, right?
let's
Yes, and the thing is that it's hard because like at one point, especially when the riots were going on and the whole defund the police thing, everyone's like, the world's going freaking crazy, and it's like, mm, it didn't happen on my street. It didn't happen anywhere near me. Like, yeah, I was in D.C. when the riots were going on. Yeah, here and here and here, but the whole world didn't lose its mind. Just a bunch of pockets everywhere in the world
yeah.
lost their mind.
But that's why I kind of love social media now because and you think
Mm,
about this, like back in 2001, right? Like unless you were
you didn't
watching
hear
the
Jack.
news, unless
Mm-mm,
you got called by
mm-mm,
somebody, you didn't know nothing. You didn't know nothing happened.
mm-hmm.
And like nowadays, like
Now, I mean,
you're gonna get an alert from TikTok. Your favorite, you're gonna like you would go live and talk about it, like right and whatever. But and all of a sudden, people then the widespread of news now is
hmm like
it's
literally
impressive. I
something
love it
happens
personally.
and someone with a phone is essentially their own live news station of
Yeah.
exactly what's going on at that
Yeah,
time. And as soon as they go live, so,
this just
yeah,
in Connecticut,
right.
nothing has
So,
happened in
but I
Connecticut.
guess the whole point I'm getting at is that at that time, especially in our country's history, where by all rights, people very well could have lost their minds and all been at each other's throats and all going at each other. Didn't happen. And I'm not saying that it can happen, but I think the problem is that I think that everybody has this view of like I hate when people ask me this. I hate when people ask me this when they're like, hey man, if they like declared martial law, like, do you think like the army would like or the military would do this and this and this? And I'm like, y'all do forget that we're just people, right? Like you do forget that up until we
It's your job
enlisted,
to go.
yeah,
It's a
y'all do
job.
get that up until we enlisted, we were civilians. Number one, number two, our family is civilians. Like, tell me to go kick down like my grandmama's door. First off, I'm going to tell you to f off, and second off, my grandmama might be waiting on the other end with a 12 gauge, going, "I wouldn't do that, honey. I'll pray for you. Don't do it."
And And the flip side too, though, is like you're gonna have those tryhards that are gonna obviously like
Mhm.
it's my duty, and then but they're gonna have majority of like I know enough military people now that's like everyone's just
And well,
like
here's the thing: not
fuck
even at our
that.
level, not even at our
That-
level, not just
That's
the dudes on ground. You're gonna have
a problem.
and this is just my speculation. I'm not speaking as a member of the United States military service or anything else like that, nor as a non-commissioned officer, nor as anything else. I'm simply speaking from my perspective based on what I have seen throughout the past 12 years of my career, as well as what I know of people. I know.
You know I'm not having a disclaimer on these shows
But
now, right?
I mean, shoot. I mean, we're people just like everybody else. Like when COVID happened and the riots happened, none of us were like, "Oh yeah, let's go out and do this and this." A lot of us were like, "I really hope things don't get stupid," because it's like, you send us to go somewhere else and fight the bad guy. Cool. Like you hit us. Cool. I'm gonna come to your backyard and I'm gonna jack your shit up. But when it's our own people, it's like that isn't there. And yes, there's the discipline and there's this and this, there's that. But what I'm saying and what I'm getting at is that there is no all of a sudden martial law. Every single service member in the United States is going to turn on the American. That's not how that's going to go. And so when people constantly think that that's how it's going to go, and every governmental force is going to ride up.
Now listen. If there was a purge, I'm partaking
If there
in
was
that
a purge, you're
motherfucker.
what?
That's all I'm saying, right? Like,
I mean,
I'm
I
partaking in
don't
that
I don't
motherfucker.
blame
I'm
you.
having fun.
I don't blame you. Except here's the thing.
Like, right?
If
Like,
there was a purge, right? If there was a purge,
I would have
right?
a press camera.
I would basically go out and whoever's going after people who can't defend themselves, I'm hunting that dude
That's fair.
and those dudes. Like, here's the thing. If y'all got beef and y'all take the purge to settle that amongst yourselves, by all means, go ahead. But whoever's going at innocent people who ain't partaking and have no means of protecting themselves, that's who I'm going after.
I feel like we should have a purge, but not, like, let's not do murder,
Paintball.
right? Let's cut murder out, but like let's make the purge like just for like, what's the best word? What's the best way to word this? Like big stores, like your
Corporation?
Walmarts, your Foot Locker, your Depots. Yeah, big, like the big corporate, like like mom and pop shops don't apply. It has to be like, you're on the Fortune 500, yeah, you're getting robbed. And then like we just get to bust in and clean the store out once a year.
Sorry.
That's it, just once a year. You know what I'm saying? And then like we get some new shoes, like I get some new khakis. I have to pay $5 for them. I'd get a nice little nice little monitor, maybe I'll get a little fan for Nick's computer now because he's fancy.
I already got one.
Sorry,
though.
Get some nice
I'm not
stuff.
laughing at that idea. I'm just laughing. Huh?
I want a slap top too.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at that idea. I'm laughing
always
because you
wanted
know damn well all those private companies would just hire their own private security, and all I can picture is like the CVS, Walmart army.
That's pretty accurate.
Just they're all in tack
Don't
gear,
think, dude.
except you've got that little yellow star thing on the center of your chest.
Dude, I'm thinking about like, remember when people were gonna storm Area 51, Naruto style? I'm just seeing a bunch of Narutos running straight out,
Yeah.
straight out Walmart security. It'd be like a cool video game.
Well, I mean, the
That's what I'm
thing
saying.
is that, like, and that's the other thing that, like, drove me crazy about the riots, too, is that, like, when people were going at the employees, it's like, you do realize the employees are getting paid jack. And, like, they're not your problem. You do realize that, right? And
I'm saying, employees, fuck them. But, all right.
You guys
Nick,
were
you've been
yeah.
really quiet.
you know what? Hold on. That's my bad, Bubba. I'm used to having to
He's thinking
talk a
about
lot,
it.
so.
No. I'm here for it. I'm fine with it.
No. I'm
Nick's
watching
like,
you
"Thank
dig your
God
own
somebody
hole,
else
and I just get to sit back here and chill. So talk all you want, homie. Have fun with that.
No.
That's a pretty spot on impression of Nick.
Do you have an impression to do
sorry,
of Zaga?
Nick. I
Have
had
you
to throw my
practiced
shot.
that yet?
Wait one.
I've definitely
Wait one.
mimicked.
Oh, this is about to make my fucking day.
Oh God, here we go. Oh Jesus, Nick, what did you do?
It really
What did
is.
you do? This is gonna make for
But
great content,
I'm
though.
legitimately curious if
Oh my.
I thought it was a
He had to
bald
grab a
cap.
snapback. Here we go. Thought it was a bald cap. And just so you guys, if you guys don't know, I'm bald.
Bald.
I'm just
My eyes, my eyes.
And clearly, you can clearly tell that because of my hairline, it's by choice, not because
He
I
pencils
have to.
it.
My hairline is on point.
All right, so
I
welcome back
penciled
to
it
another
in.
episode of NFA Pod, and on this episode, we're gonna talk about some dumb shit, and it's gonna be fucking weird in here. But that's what we fucking do. That's what the whole point of this podcast is that if we're not talking about odd things that make you feel
Why
uncomfortable,
don't we talk about
then I don't want to be here, and I think everyone can roughly agree with that. Copper. So I noticed that you did something. I'm gonna call you out, motherfucker. You did something with your shirt off, and I just want to know, you do understand why you're single? Like, do you understand this, right? You understand why you might be single? Have you thought about that? And scene.
That's a fair. That's a fair one. It brings me to my next point. What is with the hair? I have to know who naturally holds themselves. I don't even know how you
It's
like. You
called
went
it's
one
called
hand here.
posing, Zaga.
Like what? But who?
So
Okay, I
listen.
understand like
So
natural pose.
first off, let me
Who
break this
like
down for you.
this? This is a natural pose. That's a natural pose. This is a natural pose. Maybe with some Nosferatu. You know, that's some Nosferatu. Like him. The camera's going off. Like rawr, you're a vampire. You're a vampire. I'm just
I'm
imagining
imagining
Austin
Zoolander
Powers.
at this
Yeah,
moment.
baby, yeah.
Let me see your El Tigre. Your Magnum. Blue Steel? No?
That should be the next thirst trap.
Oh, please. I'd get fired just for even talking about it. Anyway.
Oh my god. Also, we got to teach you some of these
Anyway,
lightsaber moves.
so as
Right?
I
far
just
as
got
the
a
hand
lightsaber
posing
too, by the
thing,
way.
it's called hand.
I got one for my birthday.
You have a lightsaber, Nick?
Yeah.
You got one for your birthday?
Is it
It
from
was
Level Up
Where'd you get yours from?
Sabers?
no.
Then it can't be that good.
Okay, well, it was a gift from my mother, so you can tell her that.
First off, I ain't about to tell your mama that. No.
So, yeah.
Mrs. Nick's mom, you did a wonderful job
Yeah.
with your son's Christmas gift.
Birthday
Gift. I was right the
Close
first
enough.
time,
Birthday
damn it.
gift.
Close enough.
Same thing. He's technically Jesus.
Oh, righty there.
See, I have one
Saber
from
Theory?
I forgot I don't know, it's one of the other saber companies,
Nice.
but mine Saber Theory, yep. So mine, like when you press it, it actually starts from
Uh,
the bottom and lights up all the way. So
Yeah.
you see
Yeah.
the ones now that like spark? It was so cool. I
No,
want
what do you
one.
mean by
I want
spark?
one of the cool ones. So it's hard. I don't have it's on TikTok. But like when you can like shake it and like it like it lights up like crazy and it like looks like a lightning
Oh,
bolt.
it's
to start
no,
it
I know
up.
what you're talking about
It's
because there's a
really
similar module that's on mine based off the programming system that they use or somewhat based off each other. In essence, it's kind of a thing where it simulates being hit by force lightning or being hit by a constant.
No. It's like when you turn it on, it looks like it's like lightning starting to
Oh.
suck into it to start it up.
Getting
That's
sucked off
It's
in
one of the
here.
coolest lightsabers I've ever seen. Mine doesn't do that because I bought the cheap one. Ironically, I actually tried. Funny story. We're gonna end real soon here.
Oh,
It's
shit.
almost. I think it's almost time. But yeah, we're a little over an hour here.
Make
But
sure you edit out the parts that'll get me canceled.
what's it called? That shit's all in there, Bubba. There's no removing parts of the show. And Nick has noticed that. My old co-host Angela was noticing that. Because he was like, he accidentally got fed edibles at Thanksgiving dinner that night, and we recorded an episode on Thanksgiving night 2 years ago. We
Well, I'll
recorded,
put
and
it
that
this way,
whole
Zaga.
thing went up.
If you want me to be able to continue to show up on this show, then maybe a little bit of editing would be a good idea.
There's
What?
nothing you said that was cancelable. There's nothing that
And
was
you'd be
cancelable.
surprised.
Hail Satan! I am canceled. I take the heat. Come, thy Christians, and scream at me. Yell at me
I mean,
with
if
your
you say
mighty
Hail Satan,
force.
you're going to attract all the goth mommies, and then Nick's going to have even more reason to stay. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to help Nick too. It's a twofer. I take.
That's weird. How did all the goth mummies show up on our YouTube
Ladies?
page?
Please, Please stop. My penis can only
Ladies.
get so erect.
You need to check. You guys need to go.
Not
Nick has his own
anymore.
OnlyFans. It's his new form of revenue. And
No,
it's
it's
on hold.
deactivated at
So
the
he's
moment, but I
holding
could
audition.
start it back up at any given moment.
Exactly. See, it's on pause.
I
He
just
can't get his
okay.
subscribers. He can't pay his
The
bills. So
thing that I
ladies,
need to start this back up, I need 2 things,
Abs.
3 things, 3
Hey,
things. I
listen, I'm
need.
still working on mine, Bubba. I'm not.
Wow.
Why do you think I don't have one?
Well, see, Copper, this is where you're going to come into play.
Wow.
I'm glad you actually spoke up
Oh boy.
because for me to start mine back up, yes, I do need the abs, but I also need your hands and feet
Ooh,
collectively.
50-50 straight down the middle process.
collectively. Ooh. What if we just get a video of
Ooh.
you massaging your foot? That's a win-win. That gets a twofer. That's a twofer. Think about
Imagine,
how
no.
popular
I got the better
Patreon
idea.
could be.
He can do his audiobook, but a visual, but he's rubbing his foot
ASMR.
and he's reading the book, and it's just like, and then I dove in there.
Nick.
He's just,
Nick.
just how about this?
Nicholas.
How about this? You
Nicholas.
just read the Kama
Nicholas.
Sutra and rub.
2 things. Number 1, no.
Okay.
Number 2, that second part actually wasn't too bad. Have you looked into audiobooks?
Okay, so truth
We
be
just
told,
need to get a little. We just need to get a little more tenor and growl in there, and you never know.
let me.
We gotta
I got to
upgrade
hit
that.
puberty for the 3rd time,
Mm.
Yes.
but then we're gonna hit. We're gonna be going
dark,
deep into
they're-
the book talks. I want to get
Show
that
your
Barry
body.
White.
They want it. Do it for the book talk.
Yeah, Nick did a video where he was like, he ripped
My
his
shirt was
off and,
already
like,
off,
long
but
ones.
okay.
All right.
It was
Hold
hot.
on. You know what you need to do?
It was already off.
Use my audio from that video. Like you're just mowing the lawn, and all of a sudden it's just like, show your
Oh my God.
body. They want it. And all of a sudden the shirt comes off. Do it for the book talk. And then it's you mowing the lawn with no shirt on.
Fair.
It is a sound.
That should
I'm
be a
pretty
sound.
sure it's a sound, is it
That
not?
should
I just had to go back and look through his sounds now.
I'm pretty sure it's a
This isn't
sound because if you just go to the bottom right of the video, it's right fucking there. So
Let's close this up. Now, last things I want to just cover. What? I mean, I know Nick and I, we've been talking about different stuff we'd want to try.
Anal.
Copper, I
Mhm.
know we talked about a couple of skits. Like one skit Nick, Copper and I are talking about is doing a music video, but we're going to switch roles. We're going to switch roles. He's pretty much just going to borrow some of my clothes, and I'm going to borrow some of his.
Wait a minute.
and,
So hold on.
It's going to
You'll
be
do the whole
pretty- it's gonna be-
cowboy bit for a music video. No, fuck it. I'm sold.
Mhm.
Because the previous bet didn't go through. So if this is how they do it,
So the idea
Oh, no-
is that
no.
he would do country music and I would rap.
Yeah, it's going to be like some Florida Georgia line.
So while
with
he's
Nelly.
boot scoop boogie and I would be over here getting totally inappropriate with an opiate, holding it when I'm groping it like a trophy and hoping a little coding, I get me OD and whoa, everything is slow. I begin to float and I know that the pain is low. God damn it, I fucked up for a minute.
watch out,
I'll try.
Eminem. The new rap god is on the
Try.
premise.
That's the only that's from Eminem. I
Shit.
can't rap for shit. I'm just a parrot. I just learn from him and then just do his shit.
Okay, MGK.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of other Caucasian options that are better.
It was
Like a lot of, like all of them. Okay, he's better at punk rock. Don't get twisted. I love his.
Who are we
I love
talking
his
about?
music. Been a fan of his for a while. Machine Gun Kelly. Like I said, is punk rock.
No,
love the punk rock.
you know
I think
what?
it's a
Believe it or
better
not,
fit
so do
for
I.
him. Stay away
I'm
from
going to be honest with you. Like, I didn't really listen to a lot of his rap before all that happened. But when I saw that he was going into punk rock, I was like,
Well-
wait, the rapper? Is there another? And then I went and I looked at it. I'm like, oh shit, no, same dude. And I was like, oh, his punk rock stuff's actually not bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like, it's just so. I mean, it's Travis Barker. That's really here, but so what are you looking forward to doing on the show? give us like if you have any ideas of what you would want to do on this season, because I think we're gonna run it till about May, I think, and then we'll take a break again.
You talking to Nicholas or me?
So yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
you
which one
first.
you were talking about. I mean, for me, it's just something where it's one of those things where I always think it's good, and I tell people all the time. Actually, you know what? Perfect example: Margot Robbie after the whole Barbie movie thing, right? Easy, Nick.
Sorry.
Easy.
Listen, Margot Robbie. Can I? Margot Robbie looks identical to
Oh no,
another
Jamie
actress,
Presley.
and I forgot her name. She was Jamie Presley. They are the same person. It's a
Anyway,
Hollywood clone.
her whole thing that she was talking about, and when someone asked her, like, you know, hey, now that you've done the Barbie movie and like a lot of the other stuff you've done, like what's your advice for like, you know, doing this and this? And she was like, you know, kind of do everything unless it goes against what you stand for or support or this and that. Like, do everything. Whatever opportunities come up in front of you, do them. Like, have your hands in all these different fires and all that. And I'm looking forward to what we can come up with here, because it's kind of one of those things where what I love, especially about working out, we're not working out, although we can do a video on that. I'm sure the Book Talk girls will lose their goddamn mind. Working with you, Zaga, is that like you are so down for the creativity side of things. None of it is the, well, bro, but we gotta get views here. We gotta do that. Like the business aspect of it isn't there. There is the business aspect, but that's not the main focus. The main focus with you is and has always been the creativity and the content aspect of it, which it kind of goes in that old adage of do what you love doing and the world will be the path to your door. You know, you do what you do here and you bring. Huh?
Okay, Confucius.
I
Said
don't
okay,
actually. Was it Confucius
Confucius.
who said that? I forget who it was.
I'm gonna proverb copper
2:16.
It's like I cracked open a
2:16.
fortune cookie.
I know, and I'm
Ancient
the
Chinese
Asian one.
secret.
Do what you love, and the world will be a path to your door.
I am Bobby Mom.
Now you treading on some shit that gonna get you canceled. Now you treading on some shit you can't be going out here doing some goddamn Chinese accents like you one of my peoples. I was just around all them Filipinos yesterday. Them accents were out. Kept hearing, Anthony, did you go back to college? You going back? Okay, you're going to be a nurse. Exactly, just like that. You can't be doing my sounds.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair
my
enough.
accent. Goddamn.
However,
cultural appropriation on that shit.
I'm a voice actor. Listen, I'm a voice actor. I throw things out there, I see what sticks and what doesn't, and that one did not stick. No, I know.
But yeah, no, I agree. Like, and I appreciate you noticing that about me, is that I care about just having fun and making viable product, because the product will sell itself. If the product's good enough, you don't need to do too much to sell it. And now, granted, if you guys do want to support by buying products that are marked up $1, it is all drawn and designed by me. So just guys, go on the website and have some fun. Send the link tree down below. But yeah, like I said, the business aspect will come because I naturally. So I mean, for those at home, I'm a general sales manager. I run an entire sales department, so I know how business works. I track all those things. I'm the Excel guy. I have 15 Excel spreadsheets at work that I created because I'm a crackhead. And yeah, so when I look at all the numbers and I try to divvy it all up, but when it comes to this kind of thing, it's so different because I've never made the product myself. And I think that's what makes it more fun, that we're the ones making now granted, it feels like I'm working in a sweatshop, god damn it. And I don't mean that like I'm actually working. There's these lamps are extremely hot. Like when I'm not talking, I'm wiping my face with the
I
towel.
think the cool thing is that, like, especially with the audiobooks, it's funny because, like, when I tell people, like, yeah, I have like 5 audiobooks lined up, like, throughout this year, people are like, well, what studio is that through? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, well, what studio? Like, did you have to go to a casting call, this and that? And it's like, no. The authors heard myself and Blanca, or we made that connection through another way, and they want us to do it, so we are. And I think it's great that we now live in a world where it is possible to put so many things out there creatively, independently, without the Hollywood / agency / this and that bullshit of it ultimately comes down to money.
A lot of independent work.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing a lot more independent work.
Hollywood wouldn't let me make this movie,
which is
so fuck it. I made it, and I did it at Sundance. Oh, look, it just blew the fuck up.
Yeah, and that's I love that shit. I love
So would I.
because I would love to get into film. I think I'm good behind the scenes. I'm great behind the scenes. I'm sure I could be an actor because I have fun, and I'd be like I feel like I'd be like a Seth Rogen, Kevin Smith type, where I'm better behind. But when I am in front of the
Well, I could
camera,
have
it's
pictured you
pretty
doing a
great
Seth Rogen
from time
laugh
to
too
time.
well.
It's like not every time. Yeah, I can't do his laugh. See, I'm
Nah,
more like a
yeah,
Jake
nah,
Michelle,
yeah.
right?
I
Like
can
his
see that
friend.
more now.
Yeah. But yeah, so Nick, what are you excited for this season here? What are we expecting? Because I know you're bringing your old show back.
Hopefully that does it. Actually, I'm not hopeful. I know it'll do a lot better. Being on here with you behind the scenes, and then having you as like a failsafe as like the second person on there. So realistically, you and I technically now have 2 shows, 3 shows together if you think about it. But at the same time, I think what I'm looking forward to is one thing that I'm actually trying to, I guess, like get over and kind of put forth to in like with this and like with the videos that I create and stuff like that is um self-doubt, I guess. Or like I don't know what the exact there's a word there and I'm going blank on it, but the reason I've not put out a lot of videos prior to like earlier this year is because like when I would make it, I would look back at it and I would like second guess myself, and um I guess I lack the confidence of it. And so taking that mindset into this new season, and then with my outside content, which in turn comes into this whole podcast and all that. I don't know. I'm wanting to, I don't know, I guess give more effort and or see more effort being put in on my end, as well as the creativity side. And I don't know, I'm kind of dabbing or sticking my toe in like the comedy pool and all that, because I have a buddy back home that is telling me to go try to do stand up. He's like, you're gonna bomb the first time. He said, but you got to do it. I mean, you gotta have that one fail. He's like, but he's like, you'll still have a blast and stuff like that. And that's why, like, when I made my Facebook a quote unquote professional profile, I said I'm just a simple guy who has access to a phone trying to do comedy bits, promote a podcast, and just have fun with it. And I mean, I guess that's overall what I'm going for and hoping for this.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, dude, every go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Cop. No, I was saying like I get what you're saying though, is because before I got into like the whole way this whole thing started was I was actually streaming video games, and uh, it just snowballed, and like the confidence that I built over time was just so crazy, and in all this stuff. Like it's shit. If you told me 2 years ago that I'd have a podcast with 5 different people, I'd be like, you're fucking nuts. If I had to try to figure that out, it used to take me fucking hours to fucking.
If you told me I was
going to
have a Patreon and like
And
be doing this for a living, I'd tell you you're fucking high. And that would have been just 2 years ago.
And Nick, just so you know, I've done a few open mics, man. That first time is nerve wracking. It's very nerve wracking. You'll be shaking. And
Oh no, yeah, like I
won't
mean,
be
don't get
funny.
me wrong, I can do public speaking to an extent, but it's like it's that crowd. Like I've done one Facebook, or not one Facebook live, but I've done one TikTok live. It was absolutely god awful, mind you. But I've been meaning to, and that's the other thing is what I'm trying to do in 2024 this year is that I want to start doing more TikTok lives, because I want to start with that one video launching me to being like kind of like more recognized and stuff like that, or like just like spotted through more people's stuff. I want to be able to interact with more people and progressively just like push that a little bit more. Not saying I'm going to monetize off of it and stuff like that, but just like I've gotten messages from just like people like because I've had people say like, "Well, why do you make these videos?" And they're like, "They're stupid. Like they don't access much. Like nobody really watches these." I was like, "But you don't understand. Like some people message me and like the fact that I made they told me, well, this made me laugh today. Well, this made me smile today. Thank you for this." And that's that's the that's the whole thing that has mattered most to me is like if I can make one person out of all the followers I have smile or laugh, then I feel so much better about myself. I could get 2 views on it, and if that one of those 2 people smiled about it, my day has already been made.
And that's where my
Exactly.
mindset is that the product will sell itself. Now, you're gonna have people who are gonna hate the product. You're gonna have people who are gonna love the product, be completely dedicated to that product, and then some people who'll be like, "You like your product, but then go to a different one." And it's true, dude, and, you know, to bounce off what you said, that 1 or 2 people that like the show or like your shit video, whatever, I mean, we only got a handful of real dedicated fans, maybe like 10, 15 people, and, every one of them knows that how, like, appreciative I am of them and how much, how happy I am that I can make them laugh and all that stuff, and, like, my coworker's a fan of our show. He listens every episode. Like, he was like, "Yo, next week you're dropping that episode on the on New Year's Day?" Like, and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I got you." And, it's, like, and I shared with
Mhm.
the rest of you in our, NFA group chat, a little message that one of our fans sent us, and, it's those little things, and it's like, yeah, maybe I'm not talking in front of, football stadiums, but or, I'm only talking to, like, an AA group is what it feels like. Um, and if you guys wanna join our little community here at the NFA pod, we have a Discord channel. I think I have it in the link tree. Come on in, come join with us, come hang out, chat every day, see how we're all doing.
There's
We have a
several
therapy corner,
channels.
so if you need to vent, we have a pet corner. There is a million one little
But
spots.
if it's not in the link tree,
What
that's
is
not
that
me.
noise?
What? I mean, what?
Somebody's making noise. I hear a noise in the
I mean, my phone just buzzed, but
I know I'm hearing, like, something whooshing in the background. But, yeah, no, I'm excited though,
me too.
I'm
Me
excited for
too.
what next year brings. I mean, I started, I started this boxing journey, and, I'm very much dived into that lifestyle, and, understanding that mindset of being a fighter, and it's a lot of fun. Um, I'm focusing on my, what
Sorry,
what is going on right now?
it was coming unscrewed from the table. I'm sorry. I need to listen. I need to
Gotcha.
get a better claw arm thing.
But, yeah,
Go ahead. You were saying some insightful shit about
I gotta put you
fighter
on
and
the
gonna
list
be
then.
the next Mike Tyson, except you ain't gonna be
I gotta
biting
put you on
people
the
on the
list
fucking
now.
ear and all that. Go ahead.
Who knows? Maybe
Twist his
maybe I do
dick.
bite somebody. I don't know. But, no, and I know that's gonna lead me down another avenue of meeting different
Mm-hmm.
people and new things, and it's just, I'm getting married. Our wedding's this year, so that's gonna be fun. Maybe I'll
Well, I'm
finally
still
meet
waiting
Nick
for
in
my
person.
anthrax-filled invitation that is yet to come here.
Why
That's
does it
100%
have
sending
to
that.
be filled
It's gonna be
with
filled with
anthrax?
fine peril.
Well, I asked for pink eye and I got anthrax, so
He said, "You're gonna send me up your invitation with pink eye attached to it," and I was like, "No, probably anthrax."
Okay.
it's a win.
Okay.
That's how our friendship. And, but yeah, no, I don't know. I think brighter things are in the future, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with this show, and hopefully the world
Again.
doesn't,
Again.
burn. If we're
Mm,
if we're lucky,
yeah,
maybe
right. I
aliens
think
just take
that
over.
and it's funny because I was just talking about this with my mother yesterday, and I forget what I was bitching about. I was bitching about something. She goes, "Honey, do you think positively on anything?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I think positively about things." I brought up y'all. I was like, I mean, first off, we have the podcast, which we have a lot more people on now. We're going to do this and this and this. We have all the different directions this could go, and it's going to be awesome. We have the audiobooks coming up. We have the 2 events I'm doing in September. I get to watch the 2 of them get married in September. 2 people who I absolutely love to death get married in September, which is awesome. We got the photo shoot coming up in which I'm going to be doing that, but I have to keep hush hush on that because I don't exactly know when the time frame is going to be. There's so much cool shit that is just planned, right?
Mhm.
but we're not even there yet. And there's all the cool shit that we have no idea is coming. That's all along that route. Because even in this past year, you could not have paid me to think that a lot of the cool shit that was going to happen this year was going to happen at all. And we have so much cool shit that we both have control over and don't have control over that we got coming this year. And even the things that are fucked up, I know this group, we're going to find a way to turn it. We're going to find a way to turn lemon into lime tequila. Like it's going to be good. Huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's how this whole show kind of came about. We're supposed to have guests on every week, and then it turned into a talk show because each of us had our own different things. And now it's just a network. It's not even
like I could get into a car crash, and I guarantee you I could be like, hey, Zaga, so I'm not going to be able to make it. Awesome idea, dude. Do a podcast from in my hospital room.
Yeah.
And this one would be like, and this one would be like, yeah.
It's like prop the camera up.
If the nurses
over there,
have a problem with it, I just have to be like, honey, it's all right. He can be here.
It's like Copper.
They're gonna be focused on his feet. They'll be exposed in the gown.
On the feet, yeah.
Nicholas, I hate you.
All right, so
shut up
from Feet Finder that have found our show.
All y'all from Feet Finder.
In.
Jesus loves you, but no.
Just know any TikTok I made from now on, there will be a hashtag called Copper's Feet.
Just know any TikTok I made from now on, there will be a hashtag that says Copper's Feet.
Guys, thank you though. Seriously, thank you for tuning in. Season 3, episode 1, the premiere of the new network, the beginning of everything here. And
as always,
Copper,
man.
thank you for joining the show. We were all excited that you were going to join on. Nick, you're here.
I'm here.
Bro, thank you so much for showing up. It's a given you show up. Fuck you.
All right, guys.
Bye,
Say
y'all.
goodbyes.
Can't wait to see you soon. Love y'all.
Until next episode, thank you guys for tuning in. This has been whatever episode or whatever. Well, this was the NFA pod.
This is
with
all of us. The NFA pod.
Yeah, on the NFA Network. Yeah,
on the NFA Network.
So long, farewell.
Oh, no, we're not doing this again. We're not doing that again. You're done.
Just start going through like podcast outros. Have a week. What's Joe Rogan's one?
I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm out. Peace.